I think it's fun to record people like Karen so that we can then put it on YouTube and you can see the segments all over again about Alley Cat Advocates, which is really cool. I would love to be able to Periscope us, but it's just such an odd angle. And if I hit start broadcast, I wish Kat were here because she knows what she's doing, Kat Ziegler. So here we are. We're Periscoping. Here we go. And we already have one viewer, which is so cool. We're Periscoping live. We're on camera live, and we're talking over the radio, so that should be a whole lot of fun. Wow. This is Karen Little. She is the executive director of Alley Cat Advocates for you Periscope fans. And they basically trap, neuter, and return cats who are roaming the streets of Louisville. And Rebel, let's see what it says. Rebellious Nation, I think. Rebellious. Oh, it's rebellious without an L. Hey, Rebellious Nation, send us some love. So Karen's never been on a Periscope before, so we want her to be able to see what it is that we're doing here. When we're talking about Alley Cat Advocates, and we have been for the last hour, the first thing that comes to mind is feral cats. You're not dealing with feral cats.
No, largely in an urban environment such as Jefferson County, the cats are actually not feral. They are very accustomed to people. People have been feeding them. So while they might run from people, they're just doing that because they know that people can be considered predators.
Isn't that amazing? And what other kind of animals are we talking about that are predators in this particular area? Because we don't have an enormous amount of, I don't think we have bear.
No, how about cars?
Well, yeah, cars are definitely predators. I understand there's a large coyote population around here.
There are some pockets in the county, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what other predators are we talking about?
Well, those would be the big ones.
Really?
Coyotes, people, and vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other animals that would be able to live in a cat colony? Because I'm thinking about not rodents, but I'm thinking about deer probably wouldn't care if there were cats around.
Right, and interestingly, possums and raccoons typically don't care either.
Isn't that interesting?
Be found eating from the same bowls at the same time the cats are eating.
Isn't that funny? And I know that there are a couple of raccoons underneath the street, one of the places where I have been walking the dogs, and they literally go down one of the storm drains, and I've seen a cat come up out of that storm drain. So I wonder if they're friends.
Well, they may wipe it. You'd be surprised.
It may be the cat and raccoon colony in that particular case.
Yes.
Karen has been talking to us about the colonies of cats that are all over the city. And what areas do you find to be the most popular for cats to take up residence as far as a colony?
Right. Well, interestingly, we have identified the zip code 40215 as the zip code where the most stray cats make their way to Metro Animal Services. So we have focused a lot of our attention in that zip code and have really made a tremendous dent in how many cats from that zip code arrive at Metro Animal Services.
Okay, where's 40215?
That's
because
between
19 Periscope people want to know.
There you go. That's between Churchill Downs and Iroquois Park.
Well, isn't that interesting? I wonder why.
Well, a couple of reasons. One, Metro Animal Services is in that area, so it's easy for people to get cats to the shelter because it's not very far to drive.
Right.
It's also largely a transient area in that there's rental properties, there are apartments, trailer parks.
They leave them behind.
Right. So actually, we're, as a Trap Neuter Return organization, being reactionary to a problem that people have created. When they leave behind unaltered cats outside to fend for themselves, those are exactly the cats that we turn around, trap, and neuter, and return.
Well, I know that Churchill Downs has a lot of barn cats.
Right.
And we see those over there all the time when we're out there for Derby or reporting on the horse racing. You know, I see cats all over the barns. I don't know whether they're cats that have been brought with the horses or whether they're just cats that have decided to head over there.
Both, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, some people bring their cats in and have them in the barns with them, and other times cats from the neighborhood go over to Churchill Downs to see what's up.
Well, I heard one hilarious story about a Derby race, a Derby runner this year, and did you hear about the pig?
No.
The horse had a pig in the stall with it because it gave it comfort and calm, and I just love that. We're up to 23 Periscopers. We're glad to see you guys. I can't see your names that quickly because I'm actually doing a radio show, so if Karen sees one, she's going to try to welcome you, but
Absolutely.
It usually appears over here in the corner. But for any of the 24 of you that are watching Periscope right now, send up some love so she can see what it's all about. And I'm going to play a little bit more music. Karen, hold that phone right there so everybody can see you. This is Karen Little of Alley Cat Advocates. I'm going to play a song from one of my very favorite musical duos of all time, Cree and Hetty. a gorgeous song called Heal Me from Rhymes with Tree and Betty on Crescent Hill Radio.